At the beginning of the war, the world witnessed numerous high-profile battles that determined the fate of entire nations, and their names entered history books. Yet behind the headlines and triumphant victories lay battles that remained in the shadows, overlooked and underestimated despite their immense significance. One such battle, scarcely remembered today, had a profound impact on the course of World War II and the lives of thousands of soldiers who fought in it. It is a story of how unseen determination, courage, and strategy could alter history. From the outset, both sides faced incredible challenges. The terrain was treacherous. Narrow mountain passes, dense forests, fast-flowing rivers, and unpredictable weather turned every troop movement into a trial. Soldiers, exhausted from long marches, battled not only the enemy, but also the land, climate, and scarce resources. They advanced under continuous artillery, aerial bombardment, and sniper fire, knowing that any mistake could cost lives. On a strategic level, commanders understood that the outcome of this battle would influence the movement across vast territories and carried both military and political weight. Plans were meticulously developed over months, considering every possible maneuver, every decision carefully analyzed and adjusted. Yet on the battlefield, unpredictability reigned. Sudden attacks, counterattacks, diversions, and the clever use of terrain made the engagement dynamic and intense. Soldiers on the front lines experienced moments of terror and heroism simultaneously. One recalled holding a position for hours, face to face with the enemy, weapon at the ready, while explosions shook the earth around him. In another instance, an entire platoon repelled an assault, risking encirclement, and held a critical section of the line. These personal accounts, woven from fear, courage, and selflessness, formed the fabric of the battle. Something dry statistics could never capture. Each day began with vigilance and a thorough assessment of troops, supplies, and weaponry. Commanders faced frequent disruptions, broken communication lines, malfunctioning vehicles, and the challenge of delivering medical supplies and ammunition under constant fire. Despite these obstacles, discipline and cohesion allowed units to fulfill their objectives. Soldiers understood that the resilience of their position could determine the advance of the entire front, and every foothold gained or lost could shift the trajectory of the campaign. Strategy played a pivotal role. Numerical superiority did not always guarantee victory. Often, the outcome depended on clever maneuvers, knowledge of the terrain, and unexpected tactical innovations. Opposing forces employed misinformation, reconnaissance, and cunning traps to manipulate troop deployments. Small groups could delay entire divisions using ingenuity, experience, and bravery. These moments highlighted the human factor, the critical importance of leadership at lower levels, and the ability to make decisions under constant pressure. One of the defining aspects of this underrated battle was its strategic importance to the broader theater of operations. Success or failure in this sector directly impacted supply lines, troop morale, and the feasibility of future operations. Every fortified position held, every captured mountain pass, every reconnaissance mission reverberated far beyond the immediate battlefield. This battle demonstrated that the course of the war was shaped not only by famous, large-scale confrontations, but also by countless localized clashes, where the fate of thousands was decided. Coordination among different branches of the military was essential. Infantry, artillery, engineering units, and air support had to operate seamlessly despite communication challenges and constant enemy threats. Each component fulfilled a critical function. Engineers built fortifications and bridges. Artillery covered infantry advances, and aircraft provided reconnaissance and tactical support. This integration required meticulous planning, skill, and composure under fire. Throughout the engagement, human resilience and heroism stood out. Individual stories illuminate the scale of courage. A soldier who continued fighting despite being wounded, covering his comrades. An officer who saved his units from encirclement by guiding them along soft roads. Medics evacuating the wounded under fire. These personal episodes reveal that behind every strategic plan are real people with fears, doubts, hopes, and extraordinary resolve. Despite relentless fighting and heavy casualties, troops continued to hold positions and carry out orders. Each day and night of combat contributed to the larger picture, where every small victory brought strategic success closer. Counterattacks, raids, and reconnaissance revealed enemy weaknesses, allowing forces to exploit them even when outnumbered. The battle demonstrated not only tactical skill, but also the intelligence and adaptability of commanders making the most of available resources. Over time, the significance of this battle became increasingly clear. Although it remained largely unknown in mainstream history, its outcome influenced subsequent operations, troop morale, and strategic decisions. The steadfastness and professionalism of those involved made it a crucial element of the war, deserving recognition despite the lack of public attention. Soldiers, officers, and all supporting forces contributed to victory, even if their heroism went largely unnoticed. The final days were tense and dramatic. Defensive lines were strained, reserves were depleted, and it seemed the offensive might falter. Yet determination, leadership, and coordinated effort across all units allowed positions to be held, objectives accomplished, and strategic goals achieved. This moment symbolized how underrated battles could have decisive outcomes, even if the wider world remained unaware. This story shows that war is not only defined by grand, well-known operations, but also by complex networks of local engagements, where the fates of people and campaigns are decided. Human endurance, mastery of terrain, coordination among military branches, and leadership at every level made success possible under conditions initially deemed impossible. The most underrated battle of World War II serves as a reminder that behind every famous engagement are countless individuals whose contributions, though unseen, were critical. Their heroism, perseverance, and sacrifices enabled victory even when history barely noticed. These battles prove that the true significance of war is often hidden in places that seem minor, but where the fate of nations and millions of lives is at stake.